The second topic is building blocks of C language. So as we know, in the first class we have told what is a programming language. Introduction to the C language is given in the first class. This is the second class, is a class number 2. In this class we are slowly moving to the moving to writing the instructions. Okay, how to write the instructions. And just like as you know, if you take any sentence, for example, if you take any sentence in any language like English, a sentence can be a combination of letters, word, grammar, comma, full stop, okay, etc. Everything is there, no? Similar to that, in the English language or Telugu language, we are going to write the sentences. But the same sentences here also we are going to write the sentences in C language also. But these sentences we are not calling it as the sentences generally. Of course, there is a sentence, but we are calling them as a instructions. What we are calling? Instructions. In the computer terminology, we are not calling them as the sentences, but we are calling them as the instructions. So we have to write the a number of instructions. Instruction 1, instruction 2, instruction 3, like that. And all those instructions together, whenever you combine all those instructions together, they will make a program. Okay, I1 plus I2 plus I3, it will become what? It will become a C program, right? So now we are going to learn how to write a C program and how to write the instructions by using different kind of building blocks like that is given here, like tokens. We have to know what is a token. We have to know semicolon, identifiers, commands and keywords, and white spaces. And if you take any C program, the C program may consist any of the following. Okay, combination of any of the 6 constructs. So here I have given some example of a C program. This is the way how a C program will look like. Okay, whatever the 6 parts are there to write the instructions, those are explained in this program. For example, let us give some easy understanding. Let us take the token. Okay, token, it can be variable, constant or string. Okay, so let us take one variable. Here what is a variable in this program? Just try to understand what is a variable here. A and B are called as the variables, right? Variable means a value which changes. For example, I have taken some A, I stored some 10, so A is a variable. And in order to store any number, we need a variable. Just for the time being, you remember this because it's the introductory class. So after we go for 4 or 5 sessions, we are going to write the programs and we are going to execute it. As you can see, what we have stored in A, 10. Similarly, one more variable is there, that is B. What we have stored here, 20, as you can see from this program. So this A and B are called as what? Variables. So variables belongs to which part? The token part. So completed. Next, semicolon. Semicolon means, for example, instructions are there. Int A comma B is first instruction, A equal to 10 second instruction, B is equal to 20 third instruction, C is equal to A plus B fourth instruction, printf fifth instruction. There are 5 instructions are there in this program, and all the 5 instructions will have a semicolon at the end of every instruction. So that is nothing but semicolon, right? Just I'm explaining that C language consists of programs, and each program consists of a number of instructions, and how to write the instructions means by using this 6. It may consist of any of the 6, and I'm giving some example of it, just a brief introduction. And if you go for the identifiers, identifier means here A and B are there, no? These are nothing but the names. Okay, names that is given to the variables. Don't confuse. Just now you said variables and right now you are saying identifier. So variable and identifier. For example, instead of a, I can also give some other name also. For example, I can give ax, I can give by. This is the right. The name of the variable can be anything. It can be ax, by, or ab, or xyz, or fp, or whatever. So this name that is given to the variable, we are calling them as what? Identifier. Identifier means we are going to identify by this name. For example, one person is there, and he has a name. The name of that person is Ramu. So Ramu is an identifier. By using this name, I can identify him. So here also, ax can be the identifier. The identifier can be anything. The identifier can be ax. The identifier can be by. The identifier can be a. The identifier can be b, like that. Okay. So that is the meaning of the identifier. It's a very easy thing. What is the next one? Fourth one, comments. See here the comment is given, sample program. Why we are writing the comments? Just we are going to give some information about that program. It's a sample program. So I have given 2 slashes and I have written how to write the comments by using the 2 slashes. In the later chapters, later classes, we are going to discuss them deeply. But this is the comments, right? This is just this only you remember. The next one, what is the next one? Keywords. Keyword means here a and b are integers, right? So for integer we use a keyword that is a int keyword. What is the name of the keyword? Int keyword. So this is a keyword. So I'm giving what are the things that makes a C program and also the example program, and I'm identifying each of them. Okay. Next one is the white spaces. White spaces means backslash n. This is called as a white space. Okay, with that whichever consists of backslash, like this, backslash n, backslash t, all this is called as the white spaces. Okay, you remember only this much. So if you take a program, the program will consist a maximum of these things, right? 1 tokens, 2 semicolon, like this, right? So this is the second class. In the third class, we will discuss we will explore what is a token, what is a variable, what is a constant. We will explore all of them, right, from 1 to 6.